Arrange the string quartet for woodwind quartet. Video number 1. Choosing an ensemble and setting up a score. The assignment is to arrange the string quartet excerpt, assignment 3.13, for one of these instrumental ensembles. Both of them, A and B, are woodwind quartets. This occurs for many reasons. Number 1, string quartet literature is vast and great. Great composers wrote for string quartets, very popular in the classical period because the string instruments were oftentimes handed down to family members, and you could access scores relatively easily. The second reason is, with 4 players, you can have 4-part harmony very easily. Most music is written with 4-part harmony in mind. Now, woodwind players in the classical period initially were only used in orchestral settings. But as the solo wind players began to demand more literature, they looked to string quartets and to composers to find more opportunities to play great music. And so we find ourselves doing a lot of arranging for woodwind and brass wind quartets, because not a lot of composers initially wrote vast amounts of literature for them. Although the great composers did this, wrote woodwind quartets and quintets. By arranging string quartets, we can increase the amount of literature available for these great players. So how would you know if an instrument can play a melody that's in concert pitch? Well, we look at the melody and examine its total range. This melody has the highest note in the bass part here. The highest note is E3. The lowest note is D sharp 2. So we need to select an instrument that can play that series of notes. And what Benward suggests here is that the baritone saxophone can do this. When we look at the baritone saxophone range, sure enough, the baritone saxophone can play all of those notes comfortably in its mid-range. However, to write for the baritone saxophone, we're going to have to transpose this up not only a major 6th, but also an octave, so the player can read the part. The instrument, of course, will do the transposition. Okay, let's take a look at our example. When we study the example, we learn that it's in the key of E major. So in that case, our E, that's right here, we're going to need to transpose this up a major 6th. So we're going to have to write it in a key that's a major 6th higher than E. A major 6th higher than E is C sharp. So in other words, we're going to have to transpose this whole thing to C sharp major, which is a terrible thing to do to a baritone sax player. So rather, we're going to rewrite the entire piece in the key of F, 1 flat. That will make our transposition much easier. That's what he's talking about in this statement. If needed transpositions prove difficult in the original key, choose more appropriate key that will make the transpositions less awkward. That's what he wants us to do. Finale makes this remarkably easier. Let's set up a document first with the setup wizard. I'm going to select woodwinds, and then I'm going to build my ensemble. Baritone sax, tenor sax, and 2 alto saxophones. And you can see here that Finale is arranging these in what is called orchestral score order. You have these different choices that you can work with here. But Finale will default to orchestral score. This is the most common form of arrangement. Here you're going to put the complete title, be sure you're accurate, in the same way that we were earlier in the term. The composer in this case is Mozart, and this time the arranger is you. We hit next. I'm going to write this in 3/4. My original key is E major, and I'm going to start there. I'm going to choose 8 measures. Looks good. There it is. Notice that the baritone saxophone is transposed to D flat major. What a terrible key. Like I said, we're going to be transposing this to F major so that this transposition is made much easier to D major. Okay, so now this is where finale really shines. Under document, if I select display in concert pitch, it puts all of the key signatures that are true to the score in place. And this allows me to work. So in other words, in this case, E3 is E3. And I don't have to do the hard work of transposing. Now, finale has the Garriton ensemble, which is kind of nice. It gives you a little bit of a simulation. There's the, I'm not going to do the whole assignment for you, of course. The tenor sax part. Next. But we will get it started. Okay, I think you have enough information at this point to get started with the assignment. So, select your ensemble, and then begin with the document displayed in concert pitch to put the notes where they belong. The next video will show the aspect of transposing the whole thing. Be sure to be observant of dynamics and articulations. Everything counts in this assignment.